Hi, guys. Happy Monday. Oh my goodness, guys. It's been such a crazy busy past week for me. And over the weekend, I attended my cousin's wedding and it was beautiful. We went to Sun Peaks and I had to fly into Kamloops for that. But needless to say, it's been quite the busy week. I took Friday off of work and then basically every single day after work this past week, I've attended appointments and things like that. So, the episode that I'm sharing with you today is a pre recorded but very loved episode. And I think the overall theme of the episode today is something that I think is super important to dive into. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it is going to be a shorter episode. It was pre recorded. I can't even remember when I recorded this episode, but I wanted to give you guys something for this week, of course. And I also wanted to give myself a bit of extra time to fully prep and record and edit the following week's episode that you're going to hear. But I wanted to be fully transparent with you that this is a pre recorded episode. But I really appreciate you listening in. I can't wait to connect on this one. And next week's episode should be longer than this. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys so much. And I wanted to pop in there just to say, so let's get into the episode. I am so excited that we're here together for another episode of Soulful Living with Megs. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this and to spend this time with me. It's always special. And I'm excited to dive in today's topic because I think as we sort through these thoughts together, I'm hoping by the end of it that we'll have a better understanding of exactly what we're going to talk about. But the reason why I wanted to discuss this with you today was because I saw a post on Instagram about this. And I hope I saved the post. If I did, I'll definitely tag the source in the show notes. But the post said, "You're not lost, you're evolving." And in that moment that I had read that, it was the exact moment that I needed to hear it. And I feel like we often hear so many things that resonate with us because we are meant to hear it in that moment. And so I really needed to hear it, and I thought it was so beautiful, and it's also so true, and to the point of like when we're in stages of our lives where we feel so lost, and often when we feel lost, we're very uncomfortable. I do believe it is in those moments that we are actually growing and evolving, because us as humans, like, we're built to stay in the familiarity and to stay in situations that bring comfort to us because change is scary. And so when we're questioning, why am I feeling so lost, or I feel like very weird right now, or things are happening constantly, like, and it usually is in those moments where we are actually growing and evolving. And I'm sure you can think about a time in your life years ago where you were unsure of what was going to happen next, and then here you are now. And you probably thought you would never get to that space where you are now, and you did. So, which means you grew. And I'm sure at that point, thinking back to 5 years ago, you were probably in an uncomfortable stage of some kind, or not knowing what was going to happen. But now you're sitting here listening to me and knowing that you did grow from that and you did evolve. And like for me, of course, I've said this before, I didn't know years ago I would be living in Vancouver. I didn't know that I would have spent the first 2 years of my life in Vancouver in a semi-professional dance company, training as much as I was training. And even back then, I didn't know that I would still be here now living in BC. I didn't know that I would be pursuing new creative passions now, and I didn't know that I would be independently living in the way that I do. And that is growth. And so I know you have moments in life you can think about where you didn't realize that you were growing or evolving, but you actually were. And I think that's something to be so proud of and to celebrate, because it really is something to be proud of. And you could be in another stage of your life where you feel a bit lost right now. Like for me, I am feeling a little bit lost. And I also know that with that feeling that it is okay, and it just means that I'm growing and I'm evolving, and even though I don't know where I'm going to end up or where my current journey is going to unfold, sitting in the present moment now and enjoying this ride, even when there are moments of uncertainty and feeling uncomfortable, I'm going to put my faith in the universe and God to just know that I already have everything it takes within me to be on this journey. And I want you to remember that for you, that you already have everything within you and you are so powerful and you're not lost. You are truly evolving. And I was listening to Mel Robbins posted a purpose for finding purpose. And let me just go to the episode to read exactly what it is. She says, do this to build the life you want. And she has Jay Shetty on the pod for this episode. And of course, he has so much wisdom about him. And I love the way that Mel is able to break down the advice that people give on her show, because I think she has a very good way of putting things into words to make it really understandable. Not to say that you can't understand Jay, because he has just the way that he speaks is so calming. But I think this episode, which I will of course tag in the show notes, is really helpful as well, and I think ties into the fact of we may not know what our purpose is, and we may be in a stage right now where we feel uncomfortable and you may feel lost, but that just means that you are evolving and that you are ready to take that next step into the next part of your life that is meant to come into fruition and is meant to surface. And I loved the episode, so I highly recommend you listen to it. And my mom sent it to me. Thank you, Mama. It rang true with a lot of things, and was a good reminder that if we quiet this noise of everything around us, and if we just listen to what our intuition is trying to tell us in the direction that it's guiding, it will always guide us in the right way, on the right path, and you're going to evolve into this beautiful being that you already are. You're just going to grow in a different way, and I think that's incredible that we can do that. So you are not lost, you are evolving, and I want you to trust in yourself and trust in the universe that the plans that are meant for you will never pass you by. I hope your week is full of opportunity and joy, and that you feel loved because you are love. And I'm sending you all of that love and light, and I hope that you feel it. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you in our very next episode. So I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.